Well then, how effective or fast are decisions made? That's one debate on one hand. Another growing debate is the possibility of a third force or those who are not career politicians breaking into the system, especially as 2019 is just a few months away. Apparently, the debate is born out of the proponents' tiredness of what some people would call the establishment, and they're resolute to challenge the status quo. The third force idea is already facing questions like, where are the structures? Our electorates are aware enough to understand it could be the birth of a movement. Will there be money bags? And who are they? Let's get into the conversation now. I have a leadership development expert, Mr. Linus Okorie, joins us here in our Lagos studio. Many thanks for coming on the program tonight. Thank you so much for coming.
Great to be here today.
Let's begin the conversation with what exactly would you say is Nigeria's problem as we speak today?
I can tell you boldly that the greatest challenge of this country is the deficit of leadership capital is one of the problems, but the major, because everything falls and rises on leadership. When an institution gets leadership right, what happens is that the leader brings around him quality men and women who have the competencies required to drive progress. And that is why until we get the leadership quotient right in this country, we might not be able to make the kind of progress that is being expected. There must be a sense of urgency because leadership drives progress. When leadership comes and there's a sense of urgency, what happens is that everybody gets the hit because leadership makes the impact. It's big, it's large.
We've seen a lot of the times in Nigeria where we have gotten some people who have referred to as a very good leader, tested in their own private endeavors before they got into government or into leadership position. But again, a lot of people will say, or some people who would disagree, or agree that there is a leadership problem. But some people who would disagree that, well, the leader you get is as a result of the kind of society that you have.
There are two types.
Systems.
There are two types of leadership most of the time that I like to talk about. One is transactional, right? When a transactional leader comes, it's like business as usual. But when a transformational leader comes in place, what happens is that the transformational leader has big dreams and big ideas, and he is ready to actually inspire the people. He's a dealer in hope. And when he comes in, he sacrifices, leads by example, and every single thing he says he's going to do, what does he do? He does them. And the purpose of that, basically, at the end of the day, is for the good of the people. And any leadership that happens, and the people are not seeing the impact in their daily lives, in their standard of living, is not improving. I can tell you the truth, whether it's in a small institution, a local government, it is a failed leadership.
Have we seen that kind of leadership in Nigeria before?
I can tell you the truth of the matter. For many years right now, I've not seen the kind of transformational leadership that actually take people from poverty to wealth. You don't argue about it. It's like a beautiful woman. When you see a beautiful woman, you know, this one is beautiful. You don't argue, is she beautiful or not?
How then can we realize or know easily which leader is best for our people per time?
The truth of the matter is that there are certain leadership competences that we talk about. You don't choose leaders just on one of the competencies. For instance, you want to choose political leaders to represent a people. There are certain, like compassion is a skill that is important, like vision, integrity, and the leader's ability to work with teams. Is he a team player? Is he an excellent thinker? Is he someone that can mobilize the people, that is selfless, that is not thinking about himself? Now, when you have a system like that, a leadership that is derived from the hunger to serve the common good, basically, when it happens like that, people drop private interest and they take on the public interest.
In 2015, a lot of talks about the present President Muhammadu Buhari. There's a man of integrity. He's been tested in this, he's been tested in that. In your own assessment, what do you think has gone wrong? Or what do you think is your assessment of the present leadership that we have in Nigeria today?
In my own thinking, basically, he came in with a very strong hunger for integrity, and the perception that was all over this country and currently is that he has integrity. But integrity is not enough in deciding who is, that the man is a good man. There are other factors that are required. For instance, how does he choose those who are around his space? If the man is a good man, he has integrity, and those who are around his space do not, or people imagine that they don't have it, and the people don't trust those people who make decisions on behalf of the government, what happens is that there will be trust deficit. And once there's trust deficit, the followership cannot be inspirational.
Is it what is
happening?
Is that what is happening right now?
Yes, I think that, by the time the president was elected, it took him quite a long time, 6 months, basically to be able to choose and select, leaders. And in the perception of most Nigerians, a lot of people actually think that there are a lot of people within and around the president who are not supposed to be there. And I will expect that the president, who happens to be a good man, in that particular matter, in his decisions, I would want to see a reflection of the fact that as a good man, I'm selfless. And that selflessness should reflect in the quality of the appointments, should reflect in how he deals with the issues that are going on in the country, so that people do not perceive that, somehow the president that they have given the responsibility of a country to manage might not be as, full-hearted in terms of adding value to the common good. Maybe he's just thinking about himself or his people. That's the fear.
In 2019, do you see a sort of an outsider movement in Nigeria's politics?
Absolutely. I mean, what is going on right now is that, if you notice, I have seen several young people across this country who have already declared for president. And there is a third force also, that is being rumored to be going on all over the place, which means that the myth that is PDP or APC, that myth will have to die a natural death, because there's a hunger for something quickly to happen as quickly as possible. Look, my brother,
Will it be
on the street, the people are dying every day. People are suffering every day. Go on the street and see a lot of people are crying. People are hungry, and they want a sense of urgency in getting things done. So if that must happen, then there must be a mobilization of the people like never before, that there will be a rising of a new set of thinking, and the people themselves must help liberate themselves from their thinking.
You think that that kind of thing you're talking about will happen in 2019?
Absolutely.
Where then does it leave the people like you who will teach leadership, who will teach people how to be good leaders, who will teach people how to build capacity? Are you going to run in 2019?
For 24 years, I've been teaching leadership. Of course, I'm going to run an election in 2019.
For president?
I am going to be running for the governor of my state. Absolutely.
Imo State.
Absolutely. I'm going to do that. And guess what? You need a critical mass of people like me who think progress from all over the country. People who want to care for the common good. People who are tired of what is wrong. People who can even, give some push to the progress of this country so that poor people can come out of poverty. I mean, they might not have the money required, but they have the people that will rise and
have
move.
the people? Yeah.
Of course, for 24 years I've
But you have
invested
not lived there.
in hundreds of thousands of people.
But you have not
I
lived
spent
there.
all my life in Owerri. I was senior prefect, government secondary school Owerri. I was first elected student young government president, Imo State University.
Is that enough?
I spent almost all my life. Every year I bring in for four important persons from all over the world to Imo State to inspire those people. I have lived with them. I am part of them. I have my disciples all over who believe that leadership is about service. Leadership is about making a difference. My friend, it comes a time in a generation where people should just say, you know what, enough is enough. Why would people continue to be poor in a rich country like this?
Let's talk about your state, Imo State. You are from Imo West Senatorial District, and that's the same state. The same senatorial district where the governor is from. Isn't that a tough one, even from the look of it?
Absolutely. It will interest you to know, as I'm talking to you right now, that people have come to a point where they are saying, they don't care about the zoning system.
Really?
No, absolutely.
What, the people are
a lot of the people, and a lot of people who have even shown me support, most of them are from even the Okorie zone, for instance. And let me shock you. Do you know that poverty knows no zone? The governors that have been there for many years, a lot of them came in, even the current governor. Most of them, the people are saying we're not feeling their impact. We're not feeling them. I mean, these people have not served, the people of Olu zone, for instance, the poor people have not come out of poverty. And so, at the end of the day, a friend of mine wrote an article and said tribalism will save Nigeria. If people were truly tribalists, do you know that growth would have come from the villages upwards? People just appear and use poor people. And they always say zoning, zoning, zoning. And at the end of the day, we are backward. We must go and meet the way things are done in the rest of the world. Competence, merit should be the top of the day.
What party are you going to be running?
Well, at the end of the day, we're still consulting, and we will soon announce the party. The whole world will know very soon. But the truth of the matter is that we will come with a difference that has never been seen before.
What kind of difference will you be coming? You are an outsider. You've never been into politics, apart from student politics. That's a lot different from
my brother, for you to become a student non-government president for many years, and at the age of 19, I took an idea from Okorie, the town of Okorie, and I took that idea, Leadership Development Institution, and in 24 years, globally, it's recognized. I mean, for somebody to do that, that shows that it's leadership. I've invested in more than 300,000 young people have impacted through my work. You'll start talking about. So I have disciples that are all over this country who are going to come to say, you know what, enough is enough.
All right.
And guess what? That change must happen.
Before we go, who is funding you?
The people. I'm going to get the people to fund me. And all of the people who have believed in my cause over the years, basically, who are tired of bad leadership. I mean, if those who are tired and say, you know what, enough is enough, can we model a new leadership system? That's the kind of thing I want to do. To model a state, a world-class state filled with endless possibilities.
We need to go in 30 seconds now, and I want to wrap this up just quickly, in 30 seconds. First and foremost, do you think the governor there is doing anything?
The governor of the state, so far, as far as I'm concerned, missed the track.
Really?
He missed the track totally.
If you are elected governor of Imo State, what is that one thing that you do just in 3 months?
3 months is that the first thing I'm going to do is, first of all, the capacity, the human capital of the people will be taking up so they can get their self-confidence and then start the poverty eradication process from the grassroots. It must be a bottom-up approach where the poor people first must get attention. Enough of all of this.
We will follow up on you, Mr. Linus Okorie, and see how these all pans out. I wish you all the best in the coming days.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time on the program. Mr. Linus Okorie, development expert, and one man who is looking towards improving the lives of the people of Imo State. Up next on the program...